we can. Come in, bring your whole bloody clan. Take it nice and easy and we'll take you by the hand. Set you down and treat you doesn't I'm an Irishman. I've traveled west, I've rode from town to town. I've picked the harvest up, I greet the people up and down. Wherever I went, the welcome mat was always laid for me. So set you down and have a glass and sing of Ireland's glee. Down and have a glass, invite the Colleens in, and think about the good old times and you'll remember me, when good old songs were roaring out and porter flowing free. King of islands, I'll had all things at my will. I'd roam for recreation and I'd seek for comfort still. But the fortune I would seek the most, you all might understand, is to win the heart of Martha, the flower of sweet Strabane. Her cheeks, they are a rosy red, and her hair a golden brown, and o'er her lily white shoulders it carelessly flows down. She's one of the loveliest creatures in the whole creation plan, and my heart is captivated by the flower of sweet Strabane. If I had you, lovely Martha, weighing in the sound of in some lovely valley in the wild woods of Tyrone, I work my whole endeavor and I'd seek to work my plan, for my heart is captivated by the flower of sweet Strabane. Ships tall, for now I'm bound for America across the briny foam. My ship is bound for Liverpool down by the Isle of Man, so I'll say farewell and God bless you, my flower of sweet Strabane. Well, I've been in the Phoenix Park and in Killarney Fair, the lovely glens of Antrim and the winding banks of Clare. In all my earthly travels I never yet met one that could compare, I do declare, with the flower of sweet Strabane. But since I cannot gain her love, no joy there is for me, and I must seek forgetfulness in lands across the sea. Unless she cares to follow me, I swear by my right hand and Canaan's face, you'll ne'er more see my flower of sweet Strabane. So it's farewell to sweet Derry, Queen, New Mills and Waterside. orchestra band.
Farewell to your bricks and mortar, farewell to your dirty lies, farewell to your gangers and gangplanks, farewell to your overtime. For the good ship, ragamuffin is standing at the quay, for the takeout Pat with a shovel on his back to the shores of Botany Bay. As I rowed out this morning where the ship at anchor lays, to Cam and a band of navvies that I was to engage. Well, I thought I'd stop in for a drink before I went away, for to take a trip on an immigrant ship to the shores of Botany Bay. Well, the boss came down this morning, he said, well, Pat, you know, if you don't get your navies out, I'm afraid you'll have to go. So I asked him for my wages and demanded all my pay, and I told him straight I was going to emigrate to the shores of Botany Bay. And when I reach Australia, I'll go and dig for gold. There's plenty there for digging of, so I have been told. Or else I'll go back to my trade and 100 bricks I'll lay, for I work all day for 8 hours pay on the shores of Botany Bay. Endearing young charms, which I gaze on so fondly today, were to change by tomorrow and fleet in my arms, like fairy gifts fading away. Thou wouldst still be adored as this moment thou art. Let thy loveliness fade as it will, and around the dear ruin each wish of my heart would entwine itself ardently still. It is not while beauty and youth are thine own, and thy cheek unprofaned by a God as he sets, the same look that she gave when he rose. Here's a health to your bonny cow's water, where you get all the pleasures of life, where you get all the fishing and fowling, and a bonny wee lass for your wife. Oh, it's down way on waters run muddy, I'm afraid they'll never run clear, and it's when I begin for to study, my mind is on him that's not here. And it's this one and that one may court him, but if anyone gets him but me, it's early and late, I will curse them, but parting lovely Willie from me. Oh, a father he calls on his daughter, two choices I'll give unto thee. Would you rather see Willie's ship a sailing, him hung like a dog on yonder tree? Oh, father, dear father, I love him, I can no longer bide it from thee. Through an ever fire I would travel, along with the lovely Willie to be. Softly their pillows at night. Oh, yonder there's a ship on the ocean, and she does not know which way to steer. From the east and the west she's blowing, she reminds me of the charms of my dear. Oh, it's yonder my Willie will be coming, he said he'd be here in the spring, and it's down by young green shades I'll meet him, and among wild roses we'll sing. For a gold ring be placed on my finger, saying, love, bear this in your mind. If ever I sail from old Ireland, you'll mind I'll not leave you behind. Here's a health to your bonny cow's water, where you get all the pleasures of life, where you go all the fishing and fowling, and a bonny wee lass for your wife. Brian Olin was a gentleman born. He lived at a time when no clothes they were worn. But as fashion went out, of course Brian walked in. Ooh, I lead the fashions, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin had no breeches to wear. He got him a sheepskin to make him a pair, with the fleshy side out and the woolly side in. Ooh, they're pleasant and cool, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin had no shirt to his back. He went to his neighbors and borrowed a sack. Then he puckered the meal bag up under his chin. Ooh, they'll take them for ruffles, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin had no hat to his head.
says Brian Olin. Brian Olin had no stockings to wear. He bought him a rat skin to make him a pair. He then drew them on and they fitted his shin. Ooh, they're real again to wear, says Brian Olin. To his toes, he hopped onto crab shells to serve him for those. Then he split up 2 oysters that match just like twins. Ooh, they'll shine out like buckles, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin had no watch to put on. He scooped out a turnip to make him a one. Then he planted a cricket ticking, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin to his house had no door. He'd the sky for a roof and the bog for a floor. He'd a way to jump out and a way to swim in. Ooh, it's very convenient, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin, his wife and wife's mother, home o'er the bridge together. The bridge it broke down and they all tumbled in. Who will go home by water, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin and his wife's mother went under the bridge to piddle together. One piddled needles and one piddled pins. Mighty sharp piddling, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin had no watch for to wear. He'd got a big turnip and scooped it out fair. He put a live cricket right into it then. Sure, they'll think it's a tickin', says Brian Olin. Have you ever been in love, me boys? You ever feel the pain? I'd rather be in jail than to be in love again. The girl I love was beautiful, I'll have you all to know. And I met her in the garden where the praties grow. She was just the sort of creature that nature did intend to walk the world, my boys, without the Grecian bend. Or did she wear the chain gun? I'll have you all to know. And I met her in the garden where the praties grow. Says I'm a lovely Colin, I hope you'll pardon me, but she wasn't like the city girls who'd say you're making free. She answered me right modestly and curtsied very low. You're welcome in the garden where the praties grow. She was just the sort of creature that nature did intend to walk the world, my boys, without the Grecian bend. Or did she wear the chain on? I have you all to know. And I met her in the garden where the praties grow. Says I'm my lovely darling, I'm tired of single life, and if you've no objections I will make you my sweet wife. Says she, I'll ask my parents and tomorrow you shall know if you'll meet me in the garden where the praties grow. Her parents, they consented and were blessed with children 3. 2 girls just like their mother, and a boy the image of me. We'll train them up in decency the way they ought to go, and I'll never forget the garden where the praties grow. She was just the sort of creature that nature did intend to walk the piping Tim of Galway. Loudly he can play or low, he can move you fast or slow, touch your heart or stir your toe, piping Tim of Galway. Tim has carols worth a stealing, piping Tim of Galway. Thrush and linnet, finch and lark, to each other twitter hark. Soon they sing from light to dark, piping learnt in Galway. Come, all you maidens young and fair, all you who are blooming in your prime. Always beware and keep your golden fair, and let no man steal away your time. Time, it is a precious thing. Time brings all things to your mind. Time with all its labors, along with all its joys, and its time brings all things to an end.